right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, today we are going to be debating on why minors should be able to tan in tanning salons in California. My three claims are that tanning salons are going out of business throughout all of California, which is costing us jobs. Minors not being able to tan indoors is not going to stop them from tanning outdoors. And minors aged from 14 and older should be able to tan with parental consent. California's tanning salon regulations used to be that minors 14 and older with parental consent could tan in a tanning salon. On October 9, 2011, Governor Jerry Brown signed a bill that banned teens under the age of 18 from tanning indoors. My first claim is that tanning salons are going out of business throughout all of California, which is costing us jobs. So how big is the tanning industry exactly? According to the American Academy of Dermatology, on an average day in the United States, more than 1 million people tan in tanning salons. Nearly 70% of tanning salon patrons are Caucasian girls and women, primarily aged from 16 to 29 years old. Nearly 28 million people tan indoors in the United States annually. Of these, 2.3 million are teens. In 2012, the indoor tanning industry revenue is estimated to be $2.6 billion. However, these numbers are dropping. The Indoor Tanning Association states that tanning salons are already going out of business due to the recession, and 25% of professional tanning salons have already closed in California since 2009. Now with this new law not allowing minors to tan, in my area I have seen a number of tanning salons close down, such as Planet Beach, Beach Bums, Dark Tan, and the list goes on and on. The Indoor Tanning Association believes that this age restriction will only push more over the edge. With unemployment at all-time high across the state and nationally, the legislature should be looking for ways to assist economic growth and not harm it. The World Health Organization reports that use of sunbeds under the age of 35 is associated with a 75% increase in the risk of melanoma, a type of skin cancer that is the least common but most dangerous. Dr. Ivan Oransky states that this is a statistic often repeated in the news stories about tanning beds. Dr. Oransky wanted to know what the 75 increase meant. Is it 75 greater than an already high risk? That led one of his partners from the Association of Healthcare Journalists, Yaron Rotnicki, to look into this issue. He found that the 75% figure is based on a review of a number of studies. The strongest study was one that followed more than 100,000 women over 8 years. The study found that less than 0.3% who tan frequently developed melanoma, while less than 0.2% who didn't tan developed melanoma. That's actually a 55% increase, and when the study was pooled with others, average was a 75% increase. Even if the risk of melanoma was 75% greater than 0.2% rather than 55%, it would still be far below 1%. When making the decision to ban minors from indoor tanning, legislators ignored the fact that there is no consensus among researchers that normal non-burning exposure to ultraviolet light, whether from the sun or a sunbed, has any effect on the development of melanoma skin cancer. Ultraviolet light is light beyond the range of human vision at the short end of the spectrum. It occurs naturally in sunlight, it burns and tans the skin, and converts precursors in the skin to vitamin D. The Indoor Tanning Association believes that until we have more definitive science that better explains the relationship between UV exposure to any number of skin problems, it is premature for the government to weigh in any industry that is made largely of women owning small businesses that employs tens of thousands of people. My second claim is that minors not being able to tan indoors is not going to stop them from tanning outdoors. The Indoor Tanning Association states that you also have to consider the health risks associated with banning teenagers from using tanning salons. They will just go outside with no adult supervision and no trained staff, where they are much more likely to get sunburned. According to Skin Cancer Foundation, a tan, whether you get it on the beach, in a bed, or through incidental exposure, is bad news anyway, no matter how you get it. The FDA has very strict regulations on the tanning salons, which involves time limits that must be followed by trained employees. There is no trained staff walking around the beaches or monitoring your backyards. Banning teens from tanning salons is only going to make them lay out in the sun for hours at a time, compared to FDA-regulated time limit of about 20 minutes at a tanning salon. Teens are still going to tan no matter what to prep them for their proms, school pictures, etc. My last claim is that minors aged from 14 and older should be able to tan with parental consent in California. That is what the law used to be in California before Governor Jerry Brown signed to change it. Why should minors be banned from tanning when a teenage girl can secure an abortion without her parents' consent, but cannot get a suntan with her parents' consent? 16 or 17-year-olds can drive cars, get married, secure birth control and abortion services, yet they can't get a tan. Letting minors tan will bring back that number of 2.3 million tanning teens, which will ultimately bring in more revenue for tanning salons, stop them from going out of business, and create more jobs.